for any country, energy provides both a reasonably good indicator of how the economy is faring and also is one of the propelling factors for further advancement. When I had the privilege of being associated with this ministry, our crude oil consumption per day was 5 million barrels. Today, 3.5 years later, it is already 5.5 million barrels. And as we go forward, I can say without any hesitation that we are going to be consuming 6.5, and even more million barrels a day. Different international agencies have worked on this. One such agency, the International Energy Association in Paris, has forecast that for the next 2 decades, 25% of the increase in energy demand will come from India. So on the consumption side, on the demand side, there is no doubt, which is also a reasonably good indicator that the Indian economy is projected by everyone concerned to be scaling newer and higher heights. This raises a fundamental question. How is our E&P going to fare, and what kind of refining capacity? Because you're looking at petrochemicals here as a sector as well. Insofar as exploration and production is concerned, I must state before an audience like this, and I don't want to make a political point, that we had a lost decade between 2006 and 16. Nothing happened. E&P is a sector where you have to plan for the next 3, 5, and 10 years. I mean, everyone knows how expensive it is to drill an oil well. Onshore, it can cost you as much as $4 million for one oil well. Offshore, it may cost you $100 million. And you know, when big discoveries are made, like in Guyana, people was to tell me that they dug 16 offshore oil wells, didn't find anything, and when they dug the 17th oil well, each costing $100 million, then they struck gold. But actually, that story is not even entirely correct. In many cases, you have to dig more than 17. In some cases, 30. So when we opened up, and you want to use the word opened up, we had to undo the damage done, or the neglect, or the criminal neglect of the 10 years between 2006 and 16. Nothing happened in that period for a variety of reasons. There were policy shortcomings, there were other malpractices. I don't want to go into that. But in 2016, after the Honorable Prime Minister opened up the he assumed responsibility. Pradhanji was the Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister. We did several very important things. One, we moved from production sharing to revenue sharing arrangements, which earlier was very easy. You tell a person to come and invest. When he comes and invests, he doesn't find anything. He will go back and say, and then if you find oil and you had the old mindset, you would turn around and say, ye to hamara sovereign hai. But today we say, come, invest with us. Let's find the oil. If we find the oil, we will do the revenue sharing. Secondly, I think the Honorable Prime Minister took a very courageous decision a little later, when out of the 3.5 million square kilometers of our sedimentary basin, 1 million square kilometers, which was regarded as a no-go area because of concerns of defense establishment, DRDO, Coast Guard, Navy, it was not open for investment. We have opened that up. Very happy to tell you that in the 9th round of bidding, I think something like 38% of the bids came in this 1 lakh square kilometers. And the 10th round of bidding, which is now in process, I think a very large number will come there.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.